Okay, Ji. So this is trigonometry, lecture number 3, which involves obtuse angle triangle. And in this, the main thing that you need to understand is that sine 30, then you have sine 60, sine 90, and sine 45. Sine 30 is half, sine 60 is under root 3 upon 2, sine 90 is 1, sine 45 is under root 2 upon 2. Whereas, we can also have cos 30, then we have cos 60, then we have cos 90, and cos 45. So cos 30 is under root 3 upon 2. Cos 60 we have is half. Cos 90 is 0. But cos 45 remains same, that is under root 2 upon 2. Then we have is tan 30, which is under root 3 upon 3. Tan 60, which is under root 3. Tan 90 is math error. Tan 90 is math error, but tan 45 is 1. So these are the basic angles that you should be knowing. That means sine 30 is half, sine 60 is under root 3 upon 2, sine 90 is 1, sine 45 is under root 2 upon 2. Sine 30, then we have cos 30 under root 3 upon 2, cos 60 is half, cos 90 is 0, cos 45 is under root 2 upon 2. Now, similarly, there is for 10. But when we talk about O-levels, O-level trigonometry, our angles are based till 0, x is 0 till what? 180 degree. From 0 degree to what? 180 degree, which means that your question can be based upon that sine 30 is half. Similarly, sine 150 will also be half. Sine 150 will also be half. Sine 60 is under root 3 upon 2. That means sine 120 will also be under root 3 upon 2. Sine 90 remains 1. But then we have sine 45, which is under root 2 upon 2. Then we will have sine 135, which is under root 2 upon 2, which means that if you see that your angle is based upon the obtuse angle, which means if I have two quadrants of 90 degree, one is 90 degree on the right hand side, the other is 90 degree on the left hand side. And we create, let's just remove 90 degree, we create basic angle. We create basic angle. So this is 30, the other one is 30 as well. So your 30 and 180 minus 30, which is equal to 150. Their both answers will be same. Their both answers will be same. In accordance to the diagram of sine, if you put down the values in the calculator, your maximum and your minimum value of sine is 1 and minus 1. If we put down sine 0, we'll get 0. If we put down sine 90, we'll get 1. If we put down sine 180, we'll get 0. If we put down sine 270, we'll get -1. And we get 0 at 360. This is your original sine graph. So you need to handle till what? You need to handle till 180. And if you see in sine graph till 180, all the angles are positive. In sine 180, all the angles are positive. That is only the reason that sine 30 is equal to half and sine 180 minus 30 will also be half. And what does this mean? This clearly identifies that, for suppose this is your right angle triangle. This is your right angle triangle. This is A, B, C. Now, and let's say we created an obtuse angle now. If this is 30, this angle should be 150. This angle should be 150. So on the same time, if this is sine 30 is half, then sine 150 will also be half. It's just because of the obtuse angle, triangle, obtuse angle form. Now, this was normally everything about sine that we have worked upon. That means if sine is 30, it will be half. If sine is 180 minus 30, we get the same value of 150. So 150, we will get half as well. Similarly, as I said, that if sine is 60, we have under root 3 upon 2. But 180 minus 60, we get what? 120. So the answer of 120 will be same as sine 60, which is under root 3 upon 2. Sine 45, and then we have 180 minus 45. So that means sine 135. So 135 will also have under root 2 upon 2. So we worked upon sine, and knowing that sine is always positive when we have normal angle, acute angle, or when we have obtuse angle, we will always have sine as positive. But when we talk about cos, so generalizing the cos, let's say we have cos shape 90, 180, 270 and 360. Your normal cycle goes till 360. This is 1 and -1. So cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0, cos 180 is -1, 270 is 0 and 360. You can put down this thing in calculator, you will get the value that cos 90 is 0, cos 180 is -1, cos 270 is 0, cos 360. Your diagram goes like this. This is your original cos complete diagram of one cycle. But in O-level math, as I said, that you will be asked till what? 0 to 180, just till the obtuse angle. So since you will be asked till 0 to 180, you see that your acute angle from 0 to 90 is positive, but 90 to 180 is negative. It is giving you negative values. So, which means that if we have cos 30, which is cos 30 is under root cos 30 is under root 3 upon 2. So if I say cos 180 minus 30 will also be under root 3 upon 2, which means we are talking about cos 150. This will be under root 3 upon 2 as well. But the only difference is that this cos 150 will be in negative. This cos 150 will be in negative because your obtuse angle of cos from 90 to 180 is in negative. Similarly, if you understand the concept that cos 60 is half. So cos 180 minus 60, which means we have cos 120. Now when we have cos 120, 180 minus 60 is 120. So cos 60 is half, cos 120 will also be half. But since it is an obtuse angle, your half will be in negative. Your half will be in negative. Similar way that we need to understand that cos 45 is under root 2 upon 2 or 1 upon under root 2. So cos 180 minus 45, which means cos 135 will be under root 2 upon 2. But since this is obtuse, your cos will be in negative. The answer is same. But because 180 minus 45, we get what? 135. So it's the same, but it will be negative because obtuse angle in the cos diagram from 90 to 180 are in negative. So these were the negative part that you need to understand while attempting the obtuse angle for given question. So now let's just work upon 10. Now, understanding it through the 10 graph. We'll work upon the complete graph of 10 and then understand till what it is required. 1090 is math error and 10270 is math error as well. So your maximum and minimum value are more than one here. So the graph here will go like this. It will not touch the line of 90 and then it will move from here. And then after 180, it will continue. It will continue as this. Obviously, it will touch this line. But at the moment, our main requirement is till 180. From 0 till 180. So in till 180, even you see that 10 is positive for acute, but 10 is negative for obtuse from 90 to 180. The only difference is in sign. Sign from 0 to 180, it was completely positive. From sign 0 to 180, it was completely positive. So that was the reason that at sign 30 and sign 50, you get sign 150, you get both the same answers. But here, your values will eventually change. So let's just do this. Like if I say we have 1030 and 1030 answer is under root 3 upon 3. So similarly, 180 minus 30 will be 150. 180 minus 30 will be 150. So the answer will be under root 3 upon 3, but the answer would be negative because of the obtuse angle, and obtuse is in negative. If we say 1045, we get 1. But if we get 135, which is 180 minus 45, so the answer is 1. But because it is obtuse, it will be negative. Similarly, 10, we have 60. The answer is under root 3. So 180 minus 60 is 120. So 120 will be under root 3 will be the answer because of the corresponding angle of 60, but it will be negative because 120 is the obtuse angle. So the acute angle, let's just give the answer. The answers will be same for acute and obtuse. Example to this is, let's say we have a right angle triangle. This is A, B, and C. And this is 45. and we have been told that 1045. Answer is 1. But the question will say value of the obtuse angle A. Value of the obtuse angle A. So obtuse angle A will be on the other side, which will be 135. So we can write it down, angle 135, which is similar to 180 minus 45, and 1045 is given already, which is 1. So we can say 135 is also 1, but it will be negative 1 because of the obtuse angle here. Another example of cos, if we say that we have a diagram, this is 90-degree A, B, and C, and let's say this is cos 60. So, and we need to find out obtuse angle A. So what is obtuse angle A? Your obtuse angle A will be this, which is 180 minus 60 is 120. So now you know that question will be said obtuse angle of cos. Obtuse angle of cos. So if the question says obtuse angle of cos, the answer would be cos 120 will be half, because cos 60 is half, but it will be negative. Similarly, if it was sine, so sine 120, this should be, because sine 60 is under root 3 upon 2. So sine 120 is under root 3 upon 2 as well. It will be positive. It will be positive because sine for acute or sine for obtuse will remain positive. 10. If we had 10 60, so we can write down as 10 120. So 10 60 is under root 3. So 10 to 120 will also be under root 3. But the answer will be in negative because 10 for obtuse angle is negative. So this will be the bunch of type of question that can be tested in the examination. There can be different shapes or the answers might be given in paper 1. It's just that you need to understand where to apply positive and where to apply negative value.